Welcome to Shogun Bros No Decaff, where passion meets purpose in the world of dogs. We go beyond the surface, covering care, training, breeding, husbandry, showing, genetics, and the history behind the breeds that shape our culture. We're here to inform, inspire, and keep it real. No hype, no shortcuts, and definitely no decaf. Join us Monday through Friday at 4:30 Arizona time. No daylight savings, no nonsense, just honest conversations about what it really takes to raise, train, and understand great dogs. This is Shogun Bros No Decaff. Let's get started. Disclaimer: we do not participate in any illegal activity and will not violate any animal or human rights. All opinions shared on this podcast are the individual thoughts of the speaker and do not reflect the thoughts or opinions of our guest or the host. In other words, your words are your words and your thoughts are your thoughts, not mine. Say it. Stand on it.
Yo, what's good, big dog? It's your boy Drake, and this is Shogun Bros No Decaf Coffee Talk in the Morning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are here. We are back at it again. We are back at it. And time for us to start out the year right. Today's episode is the American Bully. Where did we go wrong? And we're going to get to all of that today, man. But first, we're going to come in. We'll do what we normally do. Make our intros, shout out a couple of people who are here early in the morning, talk about our digital online competitions for those of y'all that might not be familiar with them, and then we're gonna get to business on this American Bully Talk, man. This American Bully Talk. And this year, I would like to expand out and extend a warm welcome to all of our bully breeders, conditioners, handlers, show dog men, enthusiasts, and everything in between there, man. What's good, Big A?
Hey, what's happening?
Man, can't call him Ice Baller. What's good with you?
Man, you know what it is, man. We in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So Big A, man. Today,
Yes,
man, this is our first real show of the new year, and it's January 5th, man. You know what I'm saying? January 5th. We already 5 days in, and well, I caught your workout, man. I got to knock my workout out too. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you for that. You know, the trolls had me hot this morning, man. They had me hot, but not man. Like, not my feelings emotional, but I do want to address that real quick as we get the show live and up in here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Black Roses, Paul Johnson, and Schoolcraft, my wifey in the building. Salute.
I'm not doing anything but giving them some guidance, man. They need some guidance, and I'm giving them some guidance.
I hope they take your guidance, Big A. I hope they take your guidance.
They not, man. They not. But they just gotta keep on living, man.
Mm-hmm. See no life, what it do, big dog. Live your life, dogs, what it do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all come on in. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. And if you like us not, subscribe to us, man. Come check us out every morning at 5:30 a.m. East Coast time.
Yes, sir.
That's Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah.
7:30 on the East Coast.
Okay, yeah, 6:30 Central. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And for those of y'all on the real far West Coast, that's 4:30, man. That's early and not late. But man, let me show y'all some dogs real quick, man. I know y'all want to see the dogs. Sis was good. So check this out.
What's happening?
The first dog I want y'all to see is Croc Bull Kennels Big Podina. That puppy right there won Pup of the Week this past Saturday, man. And if y'all missed this Saturday, man, go check it out. It's one of our most recent lives from January 3rd. Pup of the Week. We do it every week. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in there, man, holler at us. Let us know so we can get you added to the WhatsApp so you can show your puppy. All breeds welcome. All breeds welcome.
Yeah. Sir.
This week's current dog of the week is none other than Heart and Finish Channel's Mr. Maximum.
Mr. Maximum to the maximum.
So the dogs of the week compete on Fridays. Same concept, you know what I'm saying? Same concept. We come in, we give real feedback based upon the American Pit Bull Terrier standards from the UKC ADBA. Find a happy medium of the two of those, because typically if you're good at one, you're probably good at the other one as well. But there are some nuanced differences between both of the kennel registries. Quick FC in the building. Salute.
What's happening?
H&F salute. And then for the current dog of the month, you have none other than Young Fam's Golden Boy Prime. He is the dog of the month for December. Dog of the month can only be entered in that competition if you win one of the competitions throughout the month. You don't just get to go for dog of the month, the dog of the quarter, so on and so forth. You got to have some wins behind you to even be in those competitions, man. So salute to those brothers and sisters that are out here winning.
Yes, sir.
Our fourth quarter dog of the quarter is Pitwise Kennels over in ECE. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Just shout out these dogs, man. Get them the recognition they deserve. And we're doing a better job about getting them promoted on our Instagram and Facebook pages as well. So you can go back in there and see that. I also open it up for discussion because what allows us to do is when I open it up for discussion, it allows the community to have something to talk about here and there. You know what I'm saying? Here and there.
Yeah.
And keeping it on the dogs, man. Keeping it on the dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
But that being said, man, Big A, let me shout out South Bottom Kennel, man. I fool with him hard. That's my dog. For those of y'all that are interested in go to your first dog show ever, this might be a good one to start off with. You know what I'm saying? It's very put together for the people, by the people, and he can adjust it to make it match what his view is, because he ain't owned by no big time nobody. He's just doing it by himself out of his own pocket. You know what I'm saying? Salute to that.
Yeah. Yeah. South Bottom.
Our Bulldog Supply. Let me put this off the screen. Our Bulldog Kennel Supply Company that we fool with, School Crab Kennels. Check them out. Check them out. Get your hides, get your leashes, get your collars, get your dog right.
Yeah, man.
All right, y'all. So the topic of the day is a very controversial topic to a lot of people, but we're gonna cover it today anyways, man. I'm going off the top with the topic again. The American Bully Revisited is the name of the episode that you're seeing, but the actual topic today is, where did we go wrong? And I say we, and I'll break that down and explain that in this episode as well. Big A, you got anything you want to add before I jump off the ledge on this one?
Nah, you got your parachute, bungee
cord.
Oh,
no, this is a straight out crash dummy course right here.
Oh man, you got your helmet.
All
right, let's go.
All right. So let me give you a little backstory on the American Bully. The American Bully is a breed that was developed in the late 80s, early 90s by a man by the name of Dave Wilson. So Dave Wilson got together with his homies and they decided to create some dogs using some old ruffian blood and other bloods of that nature. And he created a line of dogs called the Razor's Edge dogs. The Razor's Edge dogs were a combination of, or let me rephrase that. Speculatively, the Razor's Edge dogs were a combination of the American Pit Bull Terrier and American Staffordshire Terrier lines, combining names such as Corvino and Ruffian. However, in the beginning, what was said to be looked for was a dog that was pretty much animated, cartoonish, a dog that had all the characteristics of the American Pit Bull Terrier, but didn't necessarily have the fight drive or the negative things that were completely associated or considered associated with the American Pit Bull Terrier at the time. So they wanted was an exaggerated dog that was more bully in appearance than the American Pit Bull Terrier. You even started getting certain colorways that were less common in the American Pit Bull Terrier, like your blues and your tries. Now, over the course of the next 10 to 15 years, what Dave and his friends or Dave and his association did was they created an ABKC. The ABKC, the American Bully Kennel Club. From that kennel club branched off several other bully kennel clubs, because just like all dog things do, all things come together and all things fall apart at some point. People have different ideas about the direction they would like to go. The original classes of the American Bully were the Standard, which had a height of, I'm not gonna lie to you on the heights, man. I'm not gonna lie to you on the heights. But the Standard American Bully, which was pretty much what you see for the most part all around the world right now, when you're looking at them. Then you have what's called the Classic American Bully. The Classic American Bully was supposed to be more reminiscent of the original American Pit Bull Terrier, both in size, shape, and attitude. However, the animal fight drive, or the drive to want to dominate anything on four legs, should still be reduced in the American Bully in the classic and standard classes. Then they branched off and added a class known as the XL Bully, which had a certain height and certain weight ratio that was significantly taller and heavier than the standard or the classic bully. We also saw the introduction of the Pocket Bully, which was significantly shorter at the withers than the other standard classes and typically weighed less. From the Pocket Bully came the Extreme Bully. The Extreme Bully had extreme exaggerated features, sometimes even down to a snub nose and a stubby tail, from adding in dogs like the original Bulldog or the Old English Bulldogs to give them a shorter, more stubby appearance. And then finally, we got the XXL Bullies back in the early days of the bully breed. Now, the topic is, where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong with the American Bully? I'm gonna start with Dre's experience in the American Bully, and then I will branch off and give you where I think we went wrong. Quick said he had a classic shout out, and Casino said shout out to the bullies, man. Salute. Okay. Biggie, you got anything you want to add? Because I'm cooking right now, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this is where I think we went wrong. The introduction and the purpose of the dog, if it was kept on course, actually did have a purpose in modern society. And I'm gonna give y'all the perspective of a 12, 13-year-old kid when this was introduced. Mom Dukes was good.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm. They got the XS and they have the exotics, which were classes that were created in the aftermath. We don't get to that point though, fam. That's a little more recent in times. But so as a 12, 13-year-old kid in school, the term bully was not being used to address these types of animals. Mm-hmm. And this is where we start to go down that slippery slope down the wrong path with the bullies, y'all. All right. For any of y'all that grew up around dogs and had dogs where you had strays, mutts, crossbred animals, anything of that nature, one thing that I can guarantee you is that you saw some dogs, some strays, or some mutts be bred into a purebred animal. And the one thing you will notice about puppies off of animals like that is when you see the puppies, some of them are going to look like one parent, some are going to look like both parents, and some of them are going to look like a cross between the two. But you can clearly see, like, if you wonder which stray in your neighborhood got a hold of your female, if you just watch that stray and you watch them puppies, you will see the influence in them puppies. That's for anybody that grew up around dogs and really know what I'm talking about. You will see the influence of those dogs in those puppies.
Yeah.
Now I say that to tie this into the conversation we had this morning about the American Bully. Where did we go wrong? First, I do not believe that they were only breeding in American Staffordshire Terriers to make the bulkier, more muscular dog. It doesn't make sense. Looking at the American Staffordshire Terrier, Staffy Bull, and the American Pit Bull Terrier, I do not see the ability to produce dogs that are 20 to 30 pounds heavier than either of the parents from crossing these two lines of dogs together, which already have a common ancestry, as I believe, right? Mm-hmm. So when I see the XLs or even the standard American Bully, the first thing I think of is, what could you be using to make this mix of a dog? Well, my answer is simple. My assumption would be the Molossers. Because to me, the original American Bullies were nothing but another type of van dog with a special name thrown on the dog. I would think American Bulldog. I would think maybe some Pressa, something to give it some size and some girth, while the American Pit Bull Terrier keeps it tight and agile. It's a very good hybrid if you're making a true van dog. Now, the marketing is where I think we went wrong first. Salute MKM. The marketing is where I think they went wrong dead first. Because if you lied about what you put together to make it, to keep it secret so other people couldn't steal your sauce, that's the first mistake. All right. Then the identification. In North Carolina, where I'm from, the term bully did not become popular until probably about 04, 05. Mind you, these dogs have been around 15, 16 years at this point. And they're being sold in high volume at different price ranges for different levels of bullies. They're even selling pedigrees at this point, which is okay. But the pedigrees can't be verified because you don't know what's in the mix. Now, marketing wise, you put it out to the public as this, and you don't tell them that there's Molosser there. Well, anybody knows that the Molosser or the guarding breeds specialize in human aggression. So you take this mix for monetary purposes and monopolization of the money. You lie about what it is so that other people can't make your mix. Then you put it out to the public in mass amounts, and you have, I'm not gonna lie, probably the best shows in the bully world or in the bulldog world. You have some of the best shows to promote it. Clothes, cars, they're being shown at lowrider shows. Like, it was popular. It was popular. It was popular. But you don't say what's in the mix. And you have these dogs going to people who are literally trying to avoid the work that it takes to raise the American Pit Bull Terrier. They want the look, but not the dog. But what you gave them was something that was considerably more dangerous than the original dog. Any one of those breeds I mentioned that are molosser or man-stopping classes of dogs naturally has the predisposition to harm human beings. Then the media gets involved, and instead of delineating between the American Bully and the American Pit Bull Terrier, because at this time, like I'm telling you, even as me as a person that had grew up with pit bulls my whole life, I didn't delineate either, because people were still selling them as pit bulls because it was a good marketing strategy. Why change the name when you can just? All right, I'll give you a perfect example. Have y'all seen American Gangster with Denzel Washington? Denzel Washington was selling a product that he called Blue Magic, right? Another gangster bought his Blue Magic, cut it with something else, and was still selling the product as Blue Magic.
Yeah.
And this is where the contention between the American Pit Bull Terrier world and the bully world started, in my opinion. Because once you cut the product, once you break it down, package that, it's yours, but call it that. And take all the smoke that comes with it.
Yeah.
So this is the first step down a long and dangerous road. Not saying what it is, getting it in the hands of people who don't know about either breed that you cross to make the breed. And now we're marketing it. Sometimes just because people don't understand the difference, instead of explaining them what a bully is, the direction you go with the bully, you just call it a pit bull. And this is where the idea of umbrella term came from. Yep, that's right, Live Your Life Dogs. A Casino said Niggerino dogs and Mayday dogs look like two different breeds. We'll get to that too. I think that's actually a whole nother episode, but yeah, that's good. Live Your Life Dog says, yeah, Blue Pits was selling at people who didn't know anything because the blue and gray coat had people thinking they were getting something. Exactly. It was exotic because at the end of the day, people that are new to dogs and not true to dogs go for the fad. And we can even cook on that. Like right now, since you brought it up, Live Your Life Dogs, we'll cook on the fads. So first, it was the Blue Pit. That was the first bullies, was the Blue Pit. And I'm not saying there's not blue American Pit Bull Terriers or blue paw terriers involved in the American Pit Bull Terrier lineage. What I'm telling you is at this point, they began breeding to have specifically blue dogs. You had small percentages of them at first because you were making crosses to make this. And then by breeding multiple dogs with the recessive genes to make the blue dogs, they came out with kennels that were completely dedicated to Blue Pits. That fad lasted from about 2001 to about 2003. That's when I started hearing about the lilac dogs and the tricolor dogs. I watched them come from nothing, from nowhere. What did you add to the mix to make these dogs? Because the blue, I'm not gonna lie, in 2003, if you had a blue dog and some spinners, you was the man. You had that blue dog and you had took a picture of it in front of your car, which was sitting on your 24s with some spinners, you was the man. Look at the culture. Go look at the rap videos from 03, 04, 05. They were being highly propagated because they were high dollar dogs. It was a status symbol. The problem was there was no foundation. We talk about this on my channel all the time. There was no foundation for what they were to be used for. So you get these dogs with people that don't even like dogs. They want the status symbol to say they got a blue pit for whatever reason. And then they let the dogs be dogs. Yeah. And these dogs began to attack people. And not only that, but because of the health issues associated with the molossers, you started seeing things like hip dysplasia, shorter life expectancies, litters that could not even be had without using medical interference. When neither of the original breeds had this problem. Young Fam said it's Andre Three Stacks' fault. And now it is all over the place. And we still haven't corrected the original issue. That's why we're going on this road today, y'all. Now, being fair, in all fairness, there were some kennels that had a standard, and they got together with ABKC, and they followed their standard. And you know what happened to them? They got ran off the map by those who were willing to change the game.
Because it's a popularity thing.
It is. It is a trend. It's a trend thing. It's not a love for the breed thing.
It's about the money, man. You know what I'm saying? I could have some random, just exotic furry breed dog specific. Doesn't meet any standard whatsoever. But I could throw fun shows or whatnot, and turnouts start being huge, humongous, and money starts flowing. They'll open the door for that all day, every day. It's about the money, man. At the end of the day, if these dogs that we have right now, we was making moves like that, and the money was really flowing on the top end, where outside sources could get their little cut, it'd be a different thing. That's all it is. So if you had a dog, it don't matter what it look like, don't matter what the health issues are they willing to spend that money on it, and are people willing to support it? And that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that has standards, anybody that stands for something, that won't fall for anything, they stick to the standard, and they're highly looked over. But the ones that run with the fad, jump on the board, the bandwagons, you know what I'm saying? They with this team today, that team tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? They never won anything, but they rock with the winners. Those are, you know what I'm saying? That's how it goes, Meanwhile, the traditionalists, the ones that's, standing on their square, highly looked over, because you won't break down and go with the trend. Trends come and go like everything else. The next 5 years, it will have transitioned from, the Frenchies to something else. Something else will be fad at that point in time. And that's where the money will go,
But I'll tell you one thing you're not going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to stop people from getting their bread. Okay? You're not going to stop that.
No.
Anthropologist said Pitfalls had a few athletic razor edge dogs. They did. Now, I want to say this: you can't just blame people that was making the bullies.
Mm-hmm.
You got to hold some accountability to the American Pit Bull Terrier world as well. Like I told you, I went to several kennels and told them what I was trying to do, and they told me no. Shout out to those kennels, not because I want them to tell me no, but because they didn't want their dogs involved in what I'm doing with my dogs, right?
Yeah.
And it was frustrating, but a lot of kennels know what direction their dogs can even go in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were selling your dogs, because I know a lot of these bully guys are big money guys.
Yeah.
They start off in the pit bull world too, so they had connections, and you let the dogs go. You let the dogs go. You know who you were. You sold those dogs to Dave Wilson. Yeah. You sold those dogs to Fabian. You know what I'm saying? You sold those dogs, and so that's another reason why we got tied into it. They could have easily gone with the Bull Terrier and cross the Bull Terrier.
Yeah, but it's no money in our dogs unless you go one direction. In that sense, from the big money boys, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times they don't necessarily care about the dogs themselves. They care about the status they hold, so on and so forth. That's why you see a lot, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing for somebody to drop, 6 figures on, gambling. And I'm not talking about dogs. I'm not talking about anything. I'm just talking about gambling. If you one of those gamblers and you got big bread, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the dogs, they take it in the same sense. You know what I'm saying? So, Money will go where it's gonna go, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just is what it is, and it's a tradition. I mean, it's just people run with the fad and they run with status. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, so Big A,
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna run adjacent to what you just said. The casino asked me a good question. He said, "Was you a bully kid or Dre?" No, but I wanted one, and I'm tell you why. All right, so in 04, I started high school, right? And at that point, I was only dealing with pseudo game dogs. They were still being called game dogs, but they were pedigrees lied on, fake. And this is why I got to hold accountability for all the community, not just one community, right? So at this time, you had backyard pit bull breeders, and I'm not saying like the good ones. Like, I didn't know what paper. I heard about dogs with papers. I didn't know what papers was at this time. I'm 14, right? And so I'm buying these pits, and they trash. Like I want to use them for what I was told they were supposed to be used for. I'm incorrigible. I'm 14.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to do what a 14-year-old kid does when he gets whatever he gets. You know what I'm saying? But you get him a pistol, he gonna do what a 14-year-old does with a pistol. Unbridled, raw, masculine, untamed, testosterone-driven energy, right?
Yeah.
And so I got some little tips here and rips there over the what I thought was game dogs. And then I see these dogs bust onto the scene, man. I'm seeing them on TV, and YouTube is becoming popular. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me these dudes out here putting in pretty much zero work? They just got good-looking dogs, and these dogs can make them $1,000.
Yeah,
$1,000 for a dog, and I've been paying $100 for backyard pits. Bro, I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm in the wrong business. So
yeah.
So my dreams at that time was to go to the NBA, and then my family was like, "Well, you gotta have a fallback plan." My fallback plan is dogs. That's the only two things I like is basketball and dogs at this time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I wanted one, man, and I ended up getting me 2 bullies or whatever. But it didn't take me long to realize that I needed more out of a dog than that. So that's to answer your question, Casino. Over to you, Big A.
Oh shit, I forgot what I was about to say.
Yeah, man. But nah, man, and I can understand why. Honestly, the younger crowd, I think my age, my generation, like we didn't, unless you grew up in a household that had somebody to show you what was going on, you really didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Live Your Life left some good comments. He said, more money in shows because bullies tempts people were able to do shows just in the middle of the random field without a problem. Starting to mix into cars. They started enrolling it into the culture. They used the culture to push it. I'm telling you, like if you go back any rap video you see from that era, there's a video called Morris Brown by Pitfall Kennels. If y'all don't know, that's owned by Big Boy Antoine Andre Patton, and his little brother manages the kennel. And in that video, they took a dog and painted it purple. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, the lilac purple dogs was a thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they had me believe in. Purple ribbon mean you had to have a purple dog. I didn't know what these terms meant, and I'm certain if I didn't, then it wasn't just 14-year-old Dre that didn't know what these terms meant. It's everybody who's not into dogs. And back then, you didn't have OGs telling you what a pedigree was. You had to get a mentor. My mentor watched me for about 4 or 5 years fooling with these dogs. Where he was like, "Look, cuz, stop. Come on over here. Let me show you. Do you see this paper right here? This is when they say paper, this is what they talk about. This is the registration paperwork with BFKC. Okay, this right here is a 6th generation pedigree on the dog. You see it right here? That's where sire. That's the daddy to this dog. You see this word right here? Dam or dame. This is the mother to this dog. And he gave me a pedigree to one of his dead dogs and said, take that home. And I want you to tell me who the great grandfather is and the great grandmother is on this dog. One of them. Pick out one of them. This dog has multiple great grandparents, right? I went home, I studied it for like a week, and I came back and still got it. You know what I'm saying? And still got it wrong. And so he gave me more homework. He walked me through the process. And this was about a year process of just like reviewing pedigrees and him be like, okay, show me where Red Boy is in this dog. Show me where Jeep is in this dog. You understand what I'm telling you? That took mentorship. But that can't happen when the pedigrees don't even exist yet.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I'm seeing the money. He's showing me all this stuff. He knows all this about these dogs. And his dogs go for that amount because he's put in the work. But these guys ain't even have to put in no work. I still love dogs. I love it. Don't get it twisted, man. I think people get it twisted that the money, these people don't love the dogs. They just love the money more.
Yeah.
That's where the lie comes in. You can love the dog and still do wrong things. You can love a human being and still cheat on them. You can love a human being and still betray him.
Yep.
Judas betrayed Jesus with a kiss. So I think when you blanket it, people that's on the fence, they don't realize how a person that means to do right can do wrong. But as a 14-year-old kid, all I can do is give you what Dre was thinking at 14. Dre thinking, I don't have to sell drugs. I can legally go breed these dogs together. Buy 2 dogs, breed them together, sell them, make money, and still have dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And still have dogs.
Yeah.
Or, and mind you, at this time, the Mike Vick thing was on the news heavy. So I'm like, okay, this is the path I was going down. I see where that path leads, and they highlighting it right now. They got task forces down here right now. Kindles that I know my whole life are disappearing right now. Why would I follow that path?
Mm-hmm.
I remember the last year Mike Vick was on Madden. That was my favorite team to use because I never threw the ball. And I watched my hero. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was Mike
too.
I'm like, you already know what it is. It'll be the five flat. I'll smoke you with Mike Vick. NBA 2, NFL 2K was a thing on Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Man, come on. I'm watching my heroes go down for these dogs that I love. If they can get him, you know they can get you.
Yeah.
But hold up. Because when we talk about honor and loyalty and keeping it real, okay. Now, if I'm a bully guy, and I'm just this hypothetically speaking, I don't know this. I'm too young to have been a part of this. If I'm a bully guy, one of these original bully guys, 1989, 1990. Dre was born in 1990, by the way. One of these original bully guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing all this. Don't get it twisted. The lies was coming out back then too. We knew about Maurice Carver and the stories they told about him back then as well. If I'm hearing, okay, this whole game was built on lies anyways, what stops me from lying too?
Mm-hmm.
Even though they did something different, it came from the same lies that you niggas let happen in your day. So go back. So now, Casino. Now I'm gonna tie what you were saying earlier. Mayday. You said Mayday and another bloodline dogs are like completely different dogs. Well, you know what? In my opinion, all the bloodlines probably are different dogs. They probably are. And I don't trust none of the old school niggas to tell me nothing different.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. So if I feel this way right now in 2026, 36 years later, how do you think they felt in 1990? And back then, the internet, you didn't have the internet to expose people. So if only if somebody told you that it was lies, would you know it was lies? So I found out everything I believed was a lie. Red boy fell off the back of a truck one day, and we picked him up. So you mean the most famous dog? I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care what nobody say. Mayday's up there, but Red Boy is the most famous dog in the American Pickle Terrier world. And you telling me we don't know his story, but you gonna tell me I can't start a breed off of this? Nigga, please. And people want the lie. Name one bloodline that is really popular that don't have a big ass lie attached to it. I'll wait. Nobody wants you to tell them the truth. Now, when I say nobody, I'm painting blanket. There's always an exception to the rule. So I'm not trying to justify lies, y'all. I'm giving you the logic behind it. Because a lot of us try to act like we're holier than thou, and we don't see how something can be manipulated where you don't even know that you're telling a lie. And a lie don't care who tell it. Check it out. Because we ain't even Big A got ahead of me when he started talking about the fluffies. Now, mind you, we ain't even made it to 2010 yet. Okay, we're gonna start working our way up. He said the cap always gonna be there. Show. It is. It is. And you know what's worse?
Salute.
I'm gonna tell y'all a secret to the game, man. That old man that's broke. He got a trailer and some dogs in the backyard. That's the nigga telling the truth most of the time. There's some liars in there too. Don't get it twisted. But I ain't never seen money attached to all truth, because the love of money is the root of all evil. That young man right there, the young one, I'm talking about 19, 20 years old, they got that good mentor and only do what his mentor say. As long as he got a solid mentor, probably some pretty good dogs over there. People of various variations of this in the mix. You got people that come in and don't know nobody, and they liars because the people they got introduced to first were liars. That's right, man. That's right. But I'm gonna keep it on the bullets, man. Man, crop boys, good big dog. Salute. So we moving forward. Let's get to the 2010 now. 2010, okay. By this point, the contention of the American bully and the pit bull terrier are at an all-time high, even higher than it is now. Because at this point, we know they're doing their own thing. The American bully is recognized by a lot of breeds, even down to the point where the UKC has started kind of enrolling them in the pit bull classes and things of that nature. All right. You even got the ADBA looking at them now like, man, maybe we should let these guys in here because they bring in the money. You know, then you start seeing different classes, the American Working Bulldog or something like that. I forget what it's called in the ADBA, but they got a whole other class now because they were like, man, we want to get some of this money too. All right. And by this time, they've digressed to the majority being unhealthy. Because I ain't gonna lie, when they first started off, because they were F1 hybrids, a lot of them were healthy because they had that root word. They had hybrid vigor. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of the positives of both breeds. But when you start breeding them and honing it down, you start pulling those negative traits. And we talked about the allergies, bad hips, blindness, cancer, deafness. You start bringing those to the front. They say, live your life, dog. Say 2010, at this point, we can fight if you say a bully is a pit. Yeah, for sure. Because at this point, social media is starting to pop. You know, MySpace is dead now. Facebook is taking over as a new form of social media. YouTube is not as big as it is now, but it's big. You know what I'm saying? Back then, I was only watching viral YouTube videos. It wasn't, we weren't listening to podcasts by people like us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it was a select audience. There was definitely no American Pit Bull Terrier talk on there, other than like a couple old videos from Schoolboy. And by this point, the most famous pit bull in the world was a bully. Mm-hmm. In this year, 2010, the most famous pit bull in the world was a bully, and we let it happen.
Hey, man.
So. Because, you know, you may not have the right, but like I said, I had bullies. And when I tell you I did the same research on them. I'm speaking right now off the dome of the research I did. I want to know who made them, where they came from, what the purpose was, just like how I want to know what the famous bloodlines the American Pit Bull Terriers was too. Well, and when I had bullies, my bullies were correct. The two I had were correct. I only bought correct dogs. Go ahead, Big A.
Okay, I got a question for you. When you speak of the famous dogs in the American Pit Bull Terrier history, why are they famous? That's one question. Second question is, when you talk about any famous bully, why is that dog famous? That's the second question. And then the third question is, when you answer both of those, with that being said, which one do you think you can get away with promoting to the fullest extent all across the board?
Okay, so I'm gonna answer that. All right. why
First,
why
first
why
question.
I typed it in my notes. I typed it in my
Oh.
notes. He was saying it.
Mhm.
Why was the old school American football terriers famous? And
The
what about
ones
them was
that we
famous?
talk about. The ones
Yeah,
that
the ones
we
we talk about.
Yes.
So once again, a lot of it had to do with obviously performance, but
Mhm.
not just the performance, but how it was promoted.
Mhm.
There's a lot of dogs that didn't make the Sporting Dog Journal, or they didn't fall into popular groups, because back then, it was a lot of word of mouth, a lot of phone calls, a lot of letters. If you weren't with one of the groups, if you wasn't with the in crowd, if you wasn't with them boys, and I'm not saying them boys in the police, I'm saying them boys and the people that really people already respected anyways, if they didn't push that dog, a lot of people didn't hear about it.
Mhm.
Now, mind you, performance for most was the box. Okay, so they had to have some kind of box worthiness, or there's cold dogs that are famous too. They were famous for producing box worthy dogs, typically. And I'm speaking generally. This is not for every single dog. There were some of them were doing amazing things even back then, saving lives, fighting in wars, saving, saving babies, all kind of stuff, right? Service animals even back then. So don't get it twisted. I'm not, but they're not. Those aren't what we talk about.
Right.
Okay. Now you said, why would some of the American Bully bloodlines be famous? Well, the Razor's Edge line is famous because it's one of the first and most popular lines out there. And then the Guides and the Dads.
I'm not. Yeah, it's specific, like an individual dog, specifically.
Okay, so I would say one of my favorite ones, right, was owned by the dude named Fabian, and man, it's been so long since I thought about him. Dang, little chocolate looking dog, little lilac looking dog. He got him for I can't remember the dog name, so he ain't that famous, but I remember how he got him. He told a story on a documentary TV, I think it was, and he got this dog. Oh, Remy, that's his name, Remy. Remy is probably my favorite. Like, I think if they was gonna make a standard for the American Bully, Remy would have been the standard, right? So Remy is famous because this guy Fabian wasn't doing too great in life. You know what I'm saying? He actually got the dog for a treadmill. If I gave him $500 in a treadmill, got this dog, took him to the shows, and made him very, very famous. Like on the covers of magazines and endorsements and clothing lines built behind him. Thank you, Croc Boy, Remy. And he really built this dog up. And he had a motto behind it, right? One dog, one line. One dog, one line. And this dog actually had a lot of the blood from his predecessors. But I would say Remy was probably what I would have used to push the breed if I was trying to start a new breed, right? And why is he famous? Because Fabian, the man that Adam, showed him, bred him to the right females, and pushed him to the world in a way that other people thought they could have a chance at greatness as well. He sold him the American dream off of Remy's back, right? So that's why I would say, to answer that portion of the question. And for the third one, which one is worth it or easiest to promote? And hands down, it's the American Bully. Hands down.
Right.
Because I can do it in your face publicly. They can have like I think somebody said earlier in the chat, you can have big shows in the park for these dogs. You know what I'm saying? And
oh, my bad.
No, you good, Big A.
Oh, yeah. Also, the American Pit Bull Terrier is, primarily based off of performance. When it comes to the Bully, man, it's not based off of performance at all. Some people, like you said, try to hold the standard, but when you look at it as a whole, it runs with the fad, and the fad went from it almost resembling you having to double look at the dog, now to the point to where it's the dog has become smaller than pocket size, so yeah, it's one side is performance and the other side has nothing to do with it. So, that takes a lot of skill out of it when it comes to breeding. Because I mean, if I was a bully breeder and I knew the game or whatnot, I would just be the only thing I would be mainly concerned about is the dog being healthy enough to leave my house and be on, make it a couple of years or so. Other than that, necessarily performance or anything typically involved when you're looking at these shows and you see the dogs that can barely breathe and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I will say this though.
Mm-hmm.
Because people be like, why did you choose the American Pit Bull Terrier for protection work, right? I'll tell you right now. I tried it with bullies first. I have a promotional video for Gotham Kennels. It's way back in my archives, but I'll share it with y'all. But don't get it twisted. Don't think that the Pit Bull was my first choice for protection work, right? But like Big A is saying, like when it comes to performance, bro. When it comes to performance, yeah, man, American Pit Bull Terrier is second to none, bro. Second to none. And I argue that point with anybody. Malinois people, whoever, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like, it may not be the easiest to train or the most crisp at training, but I guarantee you right now, if I'm going into battle, I want that Pit Bull beside that Malinois. And I'm not just saying Malinois in general. I'm talking about all of them. Like, I was just listening to Mr. Terry Corner speak last night about this. But yeah, man, like I tried several other breeds before I even came back around to American Pit Bull Terrier because I grew up, I listened to my elders for a long time. And I realized they didn't know what the fuck they was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't know. I listened to a guy interview some OGs, asked the difference between the Malinois and the Dutch Shepherd, right? And I was like, to be real with you, they saying what they know, and what they know ain't enough for me because this information I could already told you. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for jewels and diamonds, and it's no, like, not to discredit any of the OGs, but what I'm gonna be real with you, like, there's some stuff, man, that our younger generation got exposed to it fast because they did the work. They went in and got it open to us, right? And same thing with American Bully. Like, the older generation, they already see the BS. And most of them was already, by the time these dogs came out, was already established enough they ain't need it. What's good, yellow one? They was already established enough to not need that. But for a younger generation, bro, you telling me it's a dog that has been created that can do or supposed to do all the things that American Pit Bull Terrier can do, plus it's manageable with multiple other breeds. I can have 10 of these going at one time. Man, you tripping. You was wilding. If you think, like, man, there's second and third order effects that could not be explained to me or anybody at that age, at that time. But that's where I think we went wrong, y'all. I'll just open the chat to anybody as well, because, like, I don't want to be right. I want to get it right. But yeah, man, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm saying that the path in which was taken was wrong. Own the breed, start the breed standard, maintain the breed standard. We talked about it before. Creating breeds, you have to have a specific purpose. And I would say the greatest flaw was there was no specific purpose for these dogs.
Yeah, and I think it would be harder to find a good quality bully that can do some good work versus just finding an exotic bully. I think it'd be harder to find one of those type of bullies.
Man, what's happening, man?
What's good, big dog?
No.
Good morning, man. Man, I ain't gonna lie, this subject, boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy. I got some shit I want to say about this shit. I ain't gonna say it, but what I'm gonna say is, here's what I'm gonna say. Can you do a show on breeds that God made? The ones that was on Earth before anybody tried to interact? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's crazy how humans make a breed and then tell other humans about the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know about the dog. Like, was a German Shepherd, like, made, or was that shit already there?
Let me give you this, you know, because I feel the energy, but I did an episode about the origin of dogs and breeds, and dog breeds have only existed for about 300 years. There is no breed that man didn't create. There are natural canines like Canis lupus, which is the wolf, but every breed that you love, somebody put it together.
Well, not the Shiba Inu, or like what that shit, the Barkless dog. I forgot the name of. It's some dogs, you know what I'm saying? Like, and them the dogs that of course there's a standard, but like when we talk about our communities, like bullies and pit bulls, it ain't no fucking standard. Like, I got Nicorino dogs and Mayday dogs, bro. Like they don't even look like the same shit, but they both pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cool. I love pit bulls. I'm just saying, like people be having so much shit, and it's like don't nobody shit look the same, bro. You know what I mean? Like the shit crazy. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Like, but like the bullies and it, I feel like the only thing we got over the bullies is the performance. Other than that, it's the same shit. Like, there's really no standard other than like they got like they separated their shit XL and all that kind of shit like that. Exotic and shit like that. They got different names and shit. Like we don't like to say tricolor. Like on even though our dog can have 3 colors, you better not say tricolor. That's some you know what I mean? Like a pit bull can have 3 colors, but you better not say tri. You feel me? Like it's just crazy. Like how this shit is. You know what I mean? Like what's your take on that? Like how this shit is? Like do you feel like it's like bougie?
Nah, I feel like this. I feel like to make clear delineation between the two, we don't say tricolor. We'll say black and tan or something like that, right? There's other breeds that had the same colors as American Pit Bull Terriers, and they call their colors. It's the same colorway, but on a different breed they'll call it something different, whatever it is, to delineate their breed from our breed. And the same thing with American Bully. We don't like if we want to. We're trying to say, hey man, we believe that this is the issue with these dogs. Why would we align with that dog? You call your stuff this, we'll call our stuff this. That's my take on. That's Dre's take on. I don't speak for the whole community though.
See, like me with a pit bull, all I could really pop my shit about is the performance. Like, other than that, bro, it ain't really shit you can say. That's not like that. You know what I mean? That's solid because it's like don't nobody shit look the same, bro. You go to shows just like I go to shows, bro. Don't nobody shit look the same like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people dogs ears stick straight up in the air. Some people ears flop to the front. Some people ears flop to the back. Some people, you know what I'm saying? Some be tall, some be short. Some be muscular, some be skinny. Some be goddamn long nose, short and skinny face. Some of them be wide face, big jaws, like big saggy jaws. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at Barracuda, then look at Nicorino, and look at goddamn Eli, and then look at goddamn, you feel me? Like, all this shit looks crazy, like different. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not a bully man, but like, I feel like we give them a real hard time. Like, we got our shit all the way together.
I'm gonna tell you something, Chino, and you answered your own question, but you trying to make it make sense, and it already makes sense. So the dogs that win the shows do look the same. The problem is those that have performance animals in the American Pit Bull Terrier world that are more worried about performance than the look. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't say they don't worry about the look. The people that have performance dogs don't care if their dogs look like the ones winning the shows.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, I'm talking about what you were saying, like, about people putting stuff in dogs, and you like, I don't believe that, and I don't believe this. Man, it's the same shit with us. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same shit. Like, it's just the same shit, you know. But as long as you know what I'm saying, take pride in your program and do what you're doing with your program and shit, that's what it really matters to. Because, like, and I disagree with what you're saying. Like, the same standard don't win at the show. You know what I'm saying? It depends who the judge is. You know what I'm saying? It just depends who the judge is. Because I done seen skinny dogs win, tall dogs, muscular dogs, like short dogs with straight tails. I done seen dogs with curl tails win. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't really, like, it just, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to say we winging it. I don't say, it's like, you're not winging it, but it's like, it's not really no real standard, bro. Because you can't tell somebody that they shit ain't no pit bull off of any standard. You can't say that shit. As long as you got a lineage, then you good. Even if your dog look like a greyhound, it don't matter. That motherfucker ADVA. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna give you. I say this. It does depend on the judge, but if you look at the standard, right, and you read what the standard says, this should be for the handler and the judges, right? If you go in there and you look at that standard and you read it, I think it's not necessarily the judge, but how they interpret what's being said to them by that standard, because they do have to get certified as judges. And I think there should be. I honestly believe they should have a handler certification as well for handlers to understand what they hold in their leash as far as the aesthetics. Now, you can't tell me how this dog is bred or how it's gonna perform off of those show standards. You can never tell that. But I think that a lot of, like, I'm telling you right now, if I go, you know what, I'm gonna have to do an episode of it. Tomorrow episode, Casino, shout out to Casino. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna just pull up the ADBA and show you all their champions. They do a weekly champion post, right? And I'm gonna let you see all the dogs they picking that they submitting up to their magazine, and let you see the similarities in them dogs. Like the colorways is different, but if you take them and you was to paint them out and just have a shadow of the dog, the structure is very similar on all the dogs they have winning for champions of the week and stuff like this, right?
I get what you're saying, but that's like that's no different than what you said about the what he said, the American Bully Kennel Club, and then you said people branched off and made their own shit. It's the same situation. You know what I'm saying? ADPA, that's probably like the most prestigious, but then you got other kennel clubs that, you know what I'm saying, is different. You know what I mean? But they all pit bulls though. You know what I'm saying?
But that's up to each person. Like if you don't like the way something is going, you make your own. You do however you want to do it. That's the dope thing about running it. That's the dopest thing about running it. But it's headache to come with that too, because you're gonna have somebody that's gonna come into your thing when you build your own thing, and they ain't gonna like how you do it, and they gonna try to tell you how you can do it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm basically saying like, but this shit, it's like, never mind, bro. Never mind. Never mind. Man, salute y'all, man. All right.
He said, Yellow One said all judges should be on one accord.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man. About that time.
Yeah, it is, man. So tomorrow, I'll look at I gotta come up with the name of it, but we'll do the phenotype. What's really winning? The phenotype, what's really winning? That's what I'll call it. And shout out to Casino, man, for even coming on here and giving his perspective on it, because it's not easy, especially when you feel passionate about it. So I appreciate it, big dog. But nah, man, I stand my ground on this one, bro. It's I believe that you'll never get it 100% right, but to have a standardization, have a standard is important. To have a standard is important, and I think that there's so much noise being made from both sides that it's hard to even stand your ground or have a square to stand on when it comes to confirmation.
Yeah.
But I respect all opinions. I appreciate the difference of opinions, because some people might not feel the way Drake feels. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about being right. I'm just giving my perspective, you know. Yeah. But Big A, you want to you got anything to add? You want to make your rounds so we get up out of here?
Man, salute to the morning PT boys, man. You know, another day done, man. Other than that, you know, hey, salute to the chat, man. Much love, man. Other than that, that's it.
Yes, sir. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody. I'm gonna read this last comment by Emperor Bulldogology, man, because that's a profound comment. He said, "Phenotypical expression tells us what pedigrees won't." I'm gonna cook on that real quick, Big A, and I'm gonna get us out of here.
Okay.
I did a video about this on TikTok, and it was honestly my biggest TikTok video ever. I took Mayday and took a bunch of his sons and offspring and even grandchildren, right? I was just showing the dogs and showing how, you know, there's always discrepancies about Mayday and how he was doing, but all his sons resembled him a lot, you know. And I say that to say this: I've seen a lot of dogs that say they Mayday dogs, but they don't look like Mayday or his offspring. They don't look like Hunch. You know what I'm saying? They don't look like Barracuda. Barracuda, you know, there's already. But phenotypically, his skin was a little saggy to the rest of him, but phenotypically, he had that big head, that big brisket, that strong front end, you know, tapered off back end. Phenotypically, they look very similar. I could see how, even if the dog had some, I could see how that dog is a son of Mayday without seeing his paperwork. That makes sense. And I think that's what he meant by phenotypical expression. But salute to everybody, man. Let me give y'all this Christian watchword and get y'all up out of here for today. Y'all think on it. Make sure y'all leave a comment, man. Make sure y'all share this video, because I think it was a profound video today. And I appreciate everybody who came out. But here we go. May the Lord watch between you and me while we're absent one from another. Amen.
Amen.
For the love of the dogs.
For the love of the game.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop slow, head nod flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain. Locked in the game, never move for fame. Old mountain lions run deep in the flame. Socket about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came fat boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but our bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, ran it straight through the rain. Red ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Socket from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.